Hello，各位同学，大家好，欢迎来到我们 Daily English 的第2集。今天呢，我们要学的 topic，请大家写起来，叫做 The Weather and Natural Disasters。请大家一同把那个日期也一起写上去。我们等一下会讲解几个比较重要的、常见的一些句子，然后再请大家分组造句。好，那我们现在就开始喽。
It won't snow in Canada where I live. It won't snow for a few more months. Usually November we see a little bit of snow, and December we start to see snow. You can describe things as being snowy, so you can say, yesterday we had a really snowy day, but generally when you're talking about the weather, you would say it's snowing or
好，第一个呢，我们请大家看到这边是 snow, it's snowing, or it's snowy. Snowy means adjectives，就是形容词。So, when it is snow and then you say it's snowing, you can talk about the weather and then say it is snowing or it is snowy outside. 然后就是第一句话，请大家写起来 ：It's snowy or it's snowy.
it is snowing outside. I love snow, by the way. And if you're wondering what I do in the winter when I'm making English lessons, if you're new and don't realize this, I just go out in the snow usually and I make the lesson. So let's do two more and I'll take some questions. Another kind of weather is wind. So outside you might see that the wind is blowing and you would say it's windy. Okay.
好，我们第二个呢，请大家看到 the wind or it's windy。那这边他刚才讲说 the wind is blowing，the wind is blowing. That means when there's a wind and then the wind is blowing, so you can fly the kite. 然后大家可以造句，例如说，the wind is blowing, so we love to fly the kite in the park. 所以大家可以写说 the wind or it's windy or the wind is blowing， 然后大家把这个第一句话可以写起来。
Okay, so you heard me say as well, the wind is blowing. So you can just say that. You could just say, outside the wind is blowing. But generally we say it's windy. And bonus points if you know what this is. I'll let you think about it for 2 seconds. That is a kite. I'll put it in the chat. I just hit some keys here, just a sec. Sometimes I click things and I mess them up. There we go. So it is a kite. So when it is windy, you can fly a kite. And then we have some variations. I'll do this one. Sometimes it is cloudy. So you would say it's cloudy outside. We also use the word overcast. So when it's overcast, you have lots of clouds in the sky.
OK， 这边第三句呢，大家请写下 cloudy, it's cloudy or overcast. 像这边写说 overcast means when there's an overcast, you have lots of clouds in the sky. So 你可以说so it seems like overcast outside. We need to rush indoor or rush to the shelter. So in case of the rain. So overcast means there's a lot of clouds and then the rain might coming up soon. So you have to say overcast. There is a lot of wind, so we have to find somewhere to hide in case of the rain.
As well. So cloudy, it's a cloudy day. You could say it's cloudy outside. You could also say it's overcast today. A lot of times when it's overcast, it might rain. We're not sure, but sometimes it's overcast and it might rain that day. Anyways, again, hello to everyone who is watching. I'm Bob the Canadian. We're talking about the blue sky. So on a partly cloudy day, you will have some clouds in the sky and you will
好，来第四个呢，请大家写起来就是 partly cloudy. Partly cloudy, it is not full. Like overcast, it's like cloudy. It's partly. Partly means half. It is not all, but it's 50-50. So partly cloudy. 然后大家可以说you will have some in a partly cloudy day, you will have some clouds in the sky, and then you can also enjoy the views with the sun. So partly cloudy, it's a nice weather to go for a picnic or to go for sightseeing. So partly cloudy 就是不是全部都是有很多雨，天气还不错这样。
Have some sunshine, so it will be partly sunny or partly cloudy. So that's those are nice days, by the way. I like days when it's partly cloudy. Not sure. They'll also sometimes say, instead of rain, that we're expecting showers. Okay, so you know already that a shower is something that you use in a house to clean yourself, but we also use the word showers to describe rainfall. So when you read a weather forecast, sometimes it will say that there's a possibility of showers that day.
Okay, so 下一句呢，请大家写起来，就是 the showers。showers 呢不是大家在洗澡那种 shower 如果在外面的话，就是那种雷雨，所以一下突然下起那种雷雨，所以你看到这边写说 ，it will say that there is a possibility of showers that day. So when the weather forecast says there is a possibility of showers, then people have to bring the umbrellas in case of the showers. 所以下午的时候通常会有 showers. In the afternoons, there are sometimes showers in the spring. 所以大家把它写起来好 showers.
And we can also say rain showers if you want, showers or rain showers. Hello again to everyone who's watching. Hello to everyone in the chat. It is really nice to see all of you here. Super fun to be doing a Friday morning live lesson again. Just a couple pointers. If you have trouble understanding me, dangerous. Hail damages crops, so it damages plants in the field.
好，下一句话大家请写起来，就是 the hail H-A-I-L 是长音哈 hail it's hailing 像这边说的 hail damages crops, so it damages plants in the field. 好hail 那这边呢 hail 就是指冰雹的意思。那这个when you have hail and it damages your crop means the plants you are in the farms 就是农作物的意思。So the hail damages the crops, so it damages plants in the field. 那大家呢就是 when you have hail, it's very dangerous to go outside, and then drivers should be aware of the hail, and then drive slow. 好，那大家我们就把这个写起来咯。
Hail can damage vehicles if the hailstones get too big. If the pellets, we also call them pellets, get too big, they can dent the car. Let me show you. So if this is the car, and if this hits the car and it dents the car, so sometimes hail will put dents into cars. It's not very nice. We don't have hail very often in the part of Canada where I live, but we do have hail. In fact, one time when I was a kid, a long time ago, we had hail where the hail was almost the size of a golf ball. That's how big the hail was. It was really, really damaging. A lot of cars were damaged in that hailstorm. So yes, golf ball. The hail was the size of a golf ball, so it was really, really big. We also have, when it's the beginning of winter or towards the end of winter, we sometimes have freezing rain. So freezing rain is very dangerous because the rain comes down as water, but as it gets close to the ground or when it hits the ground, it freezes and everything gets a coating of really, really slippery ice on it.
好，再来下一个呢，大家请写起来，就是像他讲的 freezing rain， 那就是冬天的时候或者是春末的时候会有那种霜或下霜的那一种。那大家他说when the weather is extremely cold and then the rain get frozen on the plant or the tree, so there should be the sleepy ice on it. 所以大家说你可以照例说in the end of the winter or in the beginning of the spring, there is the freezing rain in Ali Mountain, or the very high places in Taiwan or in North America. 所以 freezing rain is really cold, so the ice get frozen on the plane or get to the rain.
Everything gets a coating of ice. So freezing rain is very common in Canada. In fact, when you are driving, freezing rain is more dangerous than snow.
好，那这边他一样说到 ，When you are driving freezing rain, it is more dangerous than snow. 好，所以大家可以说 When you are driving freezing rain, it's more dangerous than the snow. 所以大家可以类似仿这样的方法，去想想看日常生活有什么样的例子，你可以举例这样。
Most Canadians are really good at driving in the snow. We usually have special tires on our cars called snow tires, but it is very hard to drive on ice. So when we have freezing rain, a lot of times the roads are covered in ice, and it's very, very slippery and very, very dangerous. So freezing rain is not good. Let's see here. Another question from in Canada, this is different than other parts of the world, but we say it's spitting. I don't think they say this in Britain. I think they might say this in Scotland. But when it's spitting, it's not quite raining yet. So you just feel like you feel a drop, and then a little while later you feel a drop of rain, and then you feel another drop. We would just
好，这边刚刚讲说 speeding 呢，就是像说快要下雨前那种小雨，有征兆要下雨那种。所以你看 later you'll feel a drop of rain, drop 就是滴下来哈 ，feel a drop of rain, and then you'll feel another drop. So we could describe it is speeding 就是慢慢要下雨的那种感觉。
Describe that as it's spitting outside. And do you know what spitting is? Spitting is when you're like, when you spit out of your mouth. That's what spitting is. But we use spitting to describe an early rainfall. And we talked about this a little earlier. Drizzle, or it's drizzling. When it's drizzling outside, it's a very fine rain, very tiny, tiny, tiny raindrops. If you walk outside when it's drizzling, you don't really get wet. You get a little bit wet, but when it's drizzling, it's very, very, very tiny, tiny raindrops.
刚刚他讲这个 drizzling 这边，
Raindrops. If you walk outside,
drizzle 或者是 it's drizzling 呢就是很小的雨这样。你看他说这边是 it's raining very very tiny raindrops 就是小雨滴的意思。So if you walk outside when it's drizzling, you are fine. Okay, so it is very good to run when it is drizzling. 所以感觉会很舒服 So you'll feel very comfortable when it is drizzling outside, and then you'll feel fine. Okay.
When it's drizzling, you don't really get wet. You get a little bit wet, but when it's drizzling, it's very, very, very tiny, tiny raindrops. I think in some countries they say it's misting outside, but we would describe a very fine raindrops, small raindrops as drizzling. And then we have light showers or showers. If we're having a light shower outside, you almost can walk outside and like you could get from a building to your car during a light drizzle, or sorry, a light shower, and you would only get a little bit wet. You'd get wet, but it wouldn't be bad. When we have light showers, you almost need an umbrella, but not if you're just outside for a little bit. You could run from a building to your car during a light shower and you wouldn't get very wet. Let's see here. When this happens, you need an umbrella. When this happens, if you are outside for a little bit, you will get very, very wet. But definitely during a downpour or when it's pouring outside, you would get very, very wet. This is where.
好，那这边下一个呢是 downpour， 或者是 it's pouring。pouring 就是像大家在倒水的时候 ，so you say, you pour the water in the bottle， 或者是 you pour the water in the cup。那这边如果是形容雨的话，就是倾盆大雨的意思。那这边说 it's pouring outside and you get very very ripped wet。好 ，so you have a downpour in the afternoon, or it will be pouring in the afternoon, so you have to be aware of the rain when you are driving or when you are outside. You have to bring an umbrella. Just stay indoor, it's safer. 就是 it's pouring or it's you have downpour. 好，那这个 downpour 是名词，所以你可以写说哦 you will have， 或者是you have 这样子。
You would say it's raining cats and dogs, or you would say it's really coming down out there, or you would say, what would be?
他这边的 downpour， 他这边讲说 your it's all coming down， 就是雨都会下得很大的意思。好，你就可以有不同的方式来讲。
When there is an earthquake in the ocean and it causes a gigantic wave to hit the land. So a tsunami is just a big, huge wave of water that hits land, and it will flood or inundate an entire coastal city or coastal region. So a tsunami is very, very dangerous because they come quite quickly. Usually there will be a warning, but sometimes there isn't. Some of the most recent natural disasters that have been extremely destructive have been tsunamis. There was one in Japan.
好，这边大家看一下，就是图片你就知道 tsunami。TSU， 所以 T 的话就是不发音 ，T 跟 S 在一起的时候，就是 T 就会被打败，所以说 T tsunami。那这边他说when you have it will be extremely destructive, have been tsunamis. So extremely destructive. Destructive means it will damage your houses, your roads, your buildings. So extremely destructive， 破坏性的那种破坏性，就是天气会破坏，就是会有具有破坏性。So have been tsunamis. There was one in Japan, where the earthquake hit. Sometimes we'll have destructive situations.
And then there was one in Southeast Asia a few years ago as well. So tsunamis are very dangerous. We also have volcanoes. So this is a volcano. And we have volcanic eruptions. Notice the difference in pronunciation. This is a volcano, but we have volcanic eruptions when the volcano erupts. There are many active volcanoes in the world. When a volcano erupts, there's lots of lava and there's lots of ash. Lava and ash. So lava is molten rock. It's this glowing hot, glowing rock, hot rock. So lava comes out and then you have lots of ash and smoke. So volcanoes are dangerous.
那这边呢，下一个呢，最后一个我们讲到是 volcanic eruption。volcanic 它就是volcano 的形容词，哈。eruption means the rise, so the volcano rises. So volcanic eruption, it can happen in many places in Indonesia or in many places around the world. So when you have volcanic eruption, the volcano erupts and there should be a lot of lava and lots of ash。好，lava 就是岩浆，那 ash 就是那个灰的灰烬这样子。那今天我们就学几个天气相关的字跟词汇。那大家呢，请等一下老师会把今天所讲到的东西都放在下面的那个栏位里面，然后请大家就是挑几个，然后来造句子。好，今天谢谢大家。